Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everyone, how are you? I'm Kayleena. If you are new, I make content on fashion and lifestyle and appearances and helping you to feel like your highest value womanly self. But this video I'm pretty excited to do because we're going to talk about how to be well styled when you are on a budget. Now this video is in two parts. The first part we are going to cover the shopping part, so where you can shop, where I recommend you shop well on a budget, and in the second part we are getting into my tips and hacks to being well styled despite your budget. As always, all links to everything that I mentioned will be below in the video, and let's start. So point one, don't run away. I'm going to say the L word. Buying luxury on a budget. Don't click off. Stay with me. So obviously vintage shopping is a big one. If you did not know that, now you do. Of course you can go to vintage shops, but to give you something a little fresh and new of a concept with this, and that is finding a local luxury vintage store for a few reasons. Their input is a little slower. They're not just being bombarded with constant clothing because they are more selective and they authenticate. So on this, I just wanted to make the point that if you are someone like me who doesn't tend to enjoy the vintage shopping experience, but you of course will enjoy getting a nice designer handbag for a lesser cost, try your local luxury only vintage shops. And also, not to mention, I really think that client to customer experience is very valuable because you're able to build a rapport with the store owner or the associate. They can give you a call, they know your style, you built a relationship, and you can get your hands on some of the stuff sooner than other people. Also, the other thing is sometimes if you're lucky, you can get little bonus discounts because you've built such a relationship with them. They know you come, you shop, you buy. And yeah, I just think that's a really valuable thing. My second vintage shopping tip, online vintage shopping, and more specifically for places like Vestiaire Collective. This is not sponsored, but you guys know I really love Vestiaire Collective and I've been using them for about a year now. What I really like about Vestiaire Collective is that it's a very clean experience. It's very organized. I really like their filters. Kind of feels like you're shopping on a regular store. Check it out for yourself and you'll see what I mean. I know Farfetch has a vintage section now, and then there's the Real, and those are all great too. I'm lazy and I've just been using Vestiaire Collective. And it doesn't always have to be like a luxury either. Like you can get Paige denim jeans for like $50, which is $20 more than a pair of Zara jeans. So I mean, I would say go with that instead. They're higher quality, they will last you longer, and you won't have to constantly refill them. So we got the vintage shop out of the way. My point two for shopping on a budget is to do middle of the road jewelry. It's not jewelry that is high-end luxury. High-end luxury jewelry is built to last, and you're paying for the luxury and the longevity. That's why they are expensive. But the costs are of course starting at like $600 to the thousands and thousands of dollars. So on the other end of that is the cheap jewelry. I'm just going to call it like it is. It's cheap. It turns green after one wear, falling apart. Disclaimer, if you do enjoy wearing these pieces, if you enjoy costume jewelry, I am not putting you down and telling you not to. You should always be doing what makes you happy. But these are my tips. So I would say stay away from that jewelry, especially if you're trying to build a nice little capsule set of everyday jewelry that you can wear. You need to spend a little more. However, middle of the road jewelry is that in between costs, normally typically made more in-house. They're not paying for outsourcing materials and coatings and engravings and whatnot. Everything's kind of done in-house. And they will have an ethos of high integrity jewelry, but at a lower cost. So basically they're cutting out the middleman. Now, still use your discretion, use your intuition with this. You definitely want to look at the about section, make sure that this is something that they really care about. Those of you who've been keeping up with my videos this year, you know who I like, and I have recently also discovered Filippo Loretti. Rather, they actually reached out to me. I've been wearing their jewelry and they passed my test, and I really like that they use PVD coating, which I'll tell you about in a minute. So this is the Kindness chain link necklace. I'm obsessed with it. I love this thing so much. And their ring is quite cool, and the ring is the Vittoria ring. So the necklace is made with the PVD coating, and what PVD coating is a coating that is resistant to corrosion that's often caused by sweat and, you know, everyday wear. So it has more durability because of this, so you can actually get a lot more use out of it. I highly recommend giving them a try, checking them out. I do have a coupon code for you. It's Kayleena15, so you can get 15% 20% off no matter when you are watching this. It's an unlimited coupon code. So thank you, Filippo already. I'm happy for that, so you guys can continuously use my code, Kayleena15. Everything's linked below if you want to check them out. Okay, now we got the shopping part out of the way so we can move on to the tips and tricks. And I'm excited for these, so let's start. Point 3, know your style. If you don't know your style, your budget will run out. So if you are someone that's finding that you're constantly still needing things, constantly still buying things, it's because you are not understanding your actual lifestyle needs and your wardrobe desires. So I have an entire video I already dedicated on this. It is called How to Know Your Actual Perfect Style, and it's a test that I do with you. I highly recommend you watch it with a notepad, pen, and paper, and fill out every single thing with me. This will change your life with your wardrobe. I know that is a very bold statement to make, but I am that confident in that. It's effective. But the point of this is that, yes, you need to know your style to make sure that you are not buying things that do not serve your actual lifestyle needs. A lot of people are not being honest about the clothing that they actually do need. It's all in that video if you're like, what is she talking about? But yes, you need to know your style. My next tip for you is to buy everything in black and gold hardware. So black clothing, black fabrics, and gold hardware. So why black clothing? Darker hues actually do show less wear and tear, and they can kind of hide the fact that something is not made up of higher luxury materials. Now I say that with caution. Again, you need to use your discretion, because there are, of course, like black sheer materials that look very cheap, and because they're falling apart, and they do look cheap. But again, just use your discretion. And if you are very unaware of what is high quality and what's not, just go into a store that actually has high quality pieces. Dior, Gucci, touch, feel, ignore the associates. But yeah, go into stores like that. If you're in America, you can go into Nordstrom. It's bigger and wider. No one will bother you. And touch and feel the pieces. If you can and you feel comfortable, go into the fitting room and try it on. And just really start to teach yourself what an actual nice piece looks like. And then when you go to stores like Zara, H&M, you'll be able to see what actually will work and what doesn't. That's my little bonus tip that I did not plan to put in here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. Also, you of course can do like a dark gray, darker hues, but I say black because black on everyone, it does look more high class, more sophisticated. And if that is something you're trying to portray, this is a great little like cheat sheet for you. I would say start with like the baseline of your wardrobe being predominantly black. To the trained eye, it's not the most amazing quality, but because it's black, it does hide a lot of the flaws. So it's not so in your face, it's not so obvious that it is more cheaply made. So that's my cheat sheet for you. And the gold hardware, I say, because I'm just gonna say it like it is. I'm just gonna be really honest. Gold does exude more of a feeling of wealth than silver. And I'm not saying you can't have silver hardware on things. That's not at all what I'm saying. But when you're on a tight budget, I would go for more gold than silver, just because again, it can really be an easy touch that helps elevate the look overall. It really adds a little touch of luxury, despite if it's real gold or not. Hopefully it's still not something that will turn green after one wear. We don't want any of that. But more importantly, I think it helps you, the wearer of it, feel more luxurious. There's something about putting on gold that really makes, it just kind of brings the outfit to life. It just makes you feel more high value, more luxurious, and you are high value. You are luxurious despite anything. So you deserve to wear things that feel that way. Tip number 5 is my favorite one, and I do this. Despite any budgeting, anything, I still do this. And it is style toppers. This is my big secret that I'm letting out there. So style toppers. What are style toppers? Style toppers are a way that you can partake in trends. It doesn't even have to be a trend. It could just be a piece that you really like at a more affordable cost by kind of cheating. But there are guidelines, okay? We're not trying to pretend that we're wearing the Gucci logo coat when we're not. I am not about buying fake designer pieces or replicated pieces or pieces that are pretending to be Hermes and things like that. Don't do that. So what I'm talking about is, let me grab it. So houndstooth, I love houndstooth. It does give a very kind of expensive, nice look. This is a beautiful duster coat in houndstooth material. Look at the nice little cuff here. It's from Boohoo. I'm terrible at remembering to cut these things off. I never do. But this is from Boohoo. And I've had it for 2 years now. And I pair it on top of my other coats. That's a little hack for you. And because the material is a little more loose, I can pair it on top of a jacket very easily and partake in something that normally would cost a little bit more. But try to go to an H&M, something like that, and buy little pieces like this with the intention of keeping it for years. I still don't want to condone people going out and buying and throwing things away within the same month or even the same year. I'm not for that. This I picked out with the intention that I would have it for a while as my style topper. Another style topper, these gloves. So these gloves, they again, see, black and gold hardware. They look luxurious, they look beautiful and everything. They're not of the most top high quality. Do they keep me warm? Yes. The material inside though is nice and soft. I tried them on and they do serve their actual function. This is another thing. So a bag like this, I just bought this because I thought it was really cute. It's like a little box croc effect. Black bag with the gold chain. And it's from Zara, and when I wear it, it looks luxurious, it looks nice. So style toppers, like I said, they're basically pieces that add a little styled element to it, a print, a texture, and or a trend that you know that you don't want to invest money into because you know you're on a tight budget and it is not your top priority, but it can be a way to still have fun with your style. It's not meant to pretend or be fake, but it is meant to make you feel better about your outfitting and your style. Last point, which brings all of this home and all of this together. Overall, I really recommend do start planning, organizing, researching the ways that you can start investing in higher quality pieces for your capsule staple essential pieces. Why? Because these are the pieces that will get the most wear and tear. And as I said, you will spend more money in the long run replacing those pieces than if you just bought the higher quality good piece to begin with. I wrote this down and I want to say this correctly. So I hope you don't mind. I'm going to just read it off my laptop. And I don't like make a script. I just write little points, but this I actually wrote out. So I'm going to read it to you right now. So yes, so do what you want and what you're comfortable with for now and what is an essential now. Of course, keeping a roof over your head, the essential needs, those come first. But after that, start seriously planning and sorting out the ways to afford the clothing that is higher quality in your staple essential most worn capsule pieces. Because all in all, you do waste a lot of money over the years when you buy cheap clothing that just cannot last. And just as importantly, it makes you feel low, which can in turn make you believe that you are less worthy of other things in your life, which of course affects your decisions. The clothing you actually put on your body can have a much larger effect on your subconscious than you realize. So do make sure you're loving what you wear. And if you don't know how or even where to start, maybe take a look at some of my content on my channel. Go to my channel page. I cover a lot of this stuff. Subscribe, hang around, and you might see things start to fall in place. In reality, what we are consuming, who we are surrounding ourselves with constantly can actually really alter our circumstances in our life. So, something to think about. Before you click off, leave me a comment below on what tip really made a difference. What tip really made you think? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Just as long as we are being kind and respectful. I would love to hear your comments. If you have tips of your own you want to share, go ahead and do so in the comments. We are a community here. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe for more content. I post new videos now every Thursday and Sunday, and sometimes a bonus one. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Be soon.